Good afternoon, explorers.
Good afternoon.
We are in the heart of Tampa today at the Henry B. Plant Museum.
Our neck of the woods?
Yes.
We thought we'd take you to somewhere inside today because it's 67 degrees and a little cold for us Floridians to be swimming today.
Yeah, whereas normally our activities involve outdoors, we thought we'd do something a little more indoors today.
And so we've never been to this museum, but we definitely want to check it out. This place was built in 1891. It was the Tampa Bay Hotel until 1933 when it became the Henry B. Plant Museum.
Yes, and if you don't know who Henry B. Plant is, he's actually considered a transportation pioneer, along with Flagler, along with Yulee.
Yep.
They're kind of responsible for building up the railroads and transportation systems, which encourage people to do their industry or even just flat out move out here.
But this building is huge, so it not only houses the museum, but it also houses part of the University of Tampa.
Yes.
So, all right, I want to go inside and check some things out.
Yep, let's go take a look around.
Let's go. That you have the ability to scan this QR code here with your cell phone, and then you can take a tour through the whole place. I think we're going to do that.
As I mentioned before, this was an actual old hotel. I'd love to have seen this place in its heyday.
Yeah, so many of the items that are here are from that time when this hotel would have been opened.
Yes.
See these keyhole size shapes above the door. The reason why they're there is so that even though the doors were closed, the light from the room would come into the hallway and give this hallway a brighter look to it.
This building actually has Asian and North African influence. In its time, this was actually considered one of the tallest buildings in Tampa.
This hotel was equipped with 2 elevators. They were Otis. One is actually still in use today. You cannot see it in this part of the museum, but once you're done checking out the whole museum, they said exit and then go around and go into this area behind me, and it should be right over here.
They have a video with a little more information on the place, so check it out.
I think we're going to check it out.
20 minutes later.
Alright, that was an interesting video.
Yeah. So it's hard to imagine, but they said that when Henry Plant came to this area, there was only a population of 720 people.
I know, that's crazy. And then after he came,
He brought the railroad through, and then it boomed to 15,000 after the boards had moved to a factory down here.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, so it's a huge boom.
And this hotel was built for the price of $3 million. And unfortunately, Henry Plant died, and the hotel kind of stood like almost abandoned for a while, it looked like. And then in 1933, the city of Tampa bought it for a mere $125,000.
Yeah.
And instead of ripping it down, they decided to embrace it and kind of make it what it is. And in 1933, it became the Henry Plant Museum. The room actually was telling us a little bit about the women who would have come to this hotel. Even though they were more well-off and fancy and stuff like that, these women would have been more adventurous. They came down here and they would fish and they would play in the ocean and hunt and golf. These were your adventurous type of women. Chaperone chair. Stay away from each other. Another thing we just learned, that Teddy Roosevelt himself came here with his Rough Riders right before the start of the Spanish-American War, and they stayed here for a little bit. Maybe you can check all that out in the military room.
income entering cash was actually only $5 as you stay here. And it's huge. It's like 3 different separate areas of
Two
as
more
well.
dollars were custom
And
made.
some private entrance.
We were just listening to the recording and we learned that a lot of famous people stayed here for that time. Thomas Edison, Teddy Roosevelt, Gloria Swanson, which apparently she hit up all the hotels in Florida. You know, if you've seen our Hacienda video, she had stayed there before too. And Babe Ruth. So that's cool.
While they stayed here, they took alligator tours.
Oh yeah, then they took alligator tours. Can you imagine Thomas Edison in a 3-piece suit on an alligator tour? That would have been funny to see. This elevator is actually thought to be the oldest elevator in the state of Florida. This used to be a hydraulic elevator, and in 1925 they converted it to an electric elevator, but it's still in existence. If you're looking for a college, the University of Tampa is actually partly housed in this building. Wouldn't this be kind of cool? Like, if you're coming to college and you get to hang out in this building all day.
This is another hotel that makes you feel like you're going to run into the twins from The Shining.
So there's not a lot of parking here. As you can see directly in front of the museum, there's this little strip of area where you can park. If this is not good enough, or if there's just no spots for you, the Thomas Garage, which is over on North A Street, is another place that you can park, and it's free, and it's only a 5-minute walk. So definitely remember that. Done, come out front and actually check out this beautiful park that's still here.
Okay, explorers, I think this is where we're going to leave you.
We had a lot of fun here. It's definitely worth an afternoon visit. One thing to note, that this hotel was only in service for 8 years. After Henry B. Plant died.
Yeah, he had a heart attack, unfortunately.
Yeah, his wife sold the hotel to the city of Tampa. Now I think the city of Tampa did try to continue to make it into a hotel, but I don't think it worked. And as of the Great Depression, people were not traveling
Yeah.
and they were not staying in luxury hotels like this anymore.
Right.
So it just sat empty for a while before it became the museum in 1933. It's $12 for adults, and I think it was $9 for students, so not too bad in price.
Yeah, can spend a couple hours in an afternoon here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming along with us. Keep exploring.
We'll see you on the next one.